had two songs to come to me, and one is I Lived by One Republic. The other one is Iris by the Googoo Dolls. This message, I had to write it down because, again, it was just coming to me like, okay, you're not busy or anything. We're just going to spew this out. So I had to stop what I was doing and write this down. What's coming in is embracing what you believe, regardless of anybody else's thought process. What you feel in here and what you believe that fuels here is what's meant for you. Embrace what brings you joy. We are supposed to be different. And this is one of the things that we suffer as a collective in this world is there's so much of being so robotic and everybody being the same and looking the same and acting the same and believing the same that we lose sight of as a culture, as a collective that's supposed to bring culture. We're supposed to embrace the differences within each other, our different belief systems. We're supposed to embrace that. We're not supposed to pass judgment upon anybody. It's not our place. So this is what was coming in. Do not put anything or yourself on the back burner. Don't feel as if you have to fit in. Ooh, look at that. Never had that happen before. What came out? 6 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. You may feel as if you are walking a lonely road. And as a collective, we do feel that way because it's always pointing the finger. Judgment is always being passed by somebody else based off of you not following their rules, their beliefs. But you're not alone because look who's up there with you. Your spirituality, your faith, your connection. The 9 of Swords. It's scary to face a world that is so quick to judge. And I mean judging off of everything. So the song I Lived. Hope when you take that jump, you don't fear the fall. Hope when the waters rise, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, it's screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Talking about being different, standing out. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. The only way you can know, you give it all you have. Oh, I lost my place. Oh, and I hope that you don't suffer. And this hits hard. I hope that you don't suffer, but take in the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you will see. I did it. We need pain and we need suffering in order to grow. And that's unfortunately just how it goes. But you're either going to grow from that pain or you're going to stay stagnant. Look, in the pain. This is necessary in order to break you out of your shell of feeling like you have to get in line and just be the same. What else did it say? I saw so many places, things that I did. With every broken bone, I swear I lived. Ugh. It's so hard. Oh, Lordy. No. If it's going to come out, it's going to come out. It's funny because there's a huge collective just trying to put peace back into the world, trying to make this connection again with everybody. Look, the Knight of Cups. You are the Knight of Cups. You are a warrior. You are trying your best to do your part in this. And sometimes that can feel like failure because it's heavy. It's hard. It is hard to stand out in an entire crowd of people who swear that we all should just robotically be the same in every aspect of every way that we are. And that is not meant for the collective that's trying to change the world for the better. 8 of Pentacles. Being different. Changing how people look at others. Like I said, the collective in the world. This is the World card. It's, what came out after that? My goodness. You need to stand within what you know. And not only what you know, but what you believe. Because we are not meant to be the same. One thing that keeps standing out in between all of this is the movie Split. If you look at in a deeper aspect of that movie, there's a phrase that he says in that movie, and it's so powerful that it's something that like I need to write down on a sticky note, and I need to look at it every single day to remind myself, because he says, where did it go? I don't want to say it wrong. Oh no, where is it? Where did I put it? The broken are the more evolved. Our scars that we carry with us, internally and externally, are not meant to be hidden, because those scars brought you exactly where you are today and who you are today. As much as it hurt, it changed your mental mind frame somehow. Whether it was something traumatic and now you have traumatic ties you have to bypass, or whether it helped you grow because it broke you so bad that you had to go within in order to try to figure out how to go on living now with these scars. And he says, you are different from the rest. Your heart is pure. Rejoice. The broken are the more evolved. I had to write that down because that's just like, don't feel as if you are not deserving of the life that you want just because you don't follow suit with all this crap. This is the one big downfall about social media. And even I fall victim of it sometimes too. You know, you watch these other people's videos and you feel as if I have to do it the way they're doing it, or I have to speak like they're speaking. I have to look perfect every time I turn this camera on. No, that is not real life. We are supposed to be living in the now, not the past, not the future. We're supposed to be living in the now. And the only way to live purely in the now is to embrace your broken. Embrace your scars that you have, because without that, you wouldn't be you at all. I want to go to the next song because then Iris from Googoo Dolls came out. And it's kind of the same concept as to what was coming to me. Everything that broke you prepped you for this mind frame that you now have. What has broken you and you were able to overcome what broke you and look past those scars that you have from all of this, it evolved you. That's why that phrase keeps coming out. The people that you will start to meet now, because you have this mind frame of yourself and of the world now, your people that will surround you are going to be a different type of people that are going to help make you feel more accepted in this world, in a sense. Not that you have to be accepted, but it's something that you're looking for. It's something that you're searching for. You want to not fit in, but you just want to feel accepted. And we all want that. It's funny because in that movie, she says people who are shattered are looked at as if they are less than. And that's true. If you're dealing with mental illness or anxiety or whatever, you're looked at as you have a problem. But perhaps it's the opposite way around. Maybe you are that way. Look, 4 of Cups. The restful mind. The one that steps back to clear what they need to clear. And if you haven't, this is your sign to do so. If you can't get your mind straight and you're constantly looking at your scars and they're like highlighted to you, that's your sign. Sit down, revamp your brain on how you process what you're looking at and your memories that you have of these scars, because it can actually be the push for you to help you overcome those traumas and also help you look at yourself in a better way and be grounded within yourself and be confident within yourself, no matter what it is. Looking at what else I wrote. Does the trauma... Oh, I wrote, can the trauma change the mind for the good, for the stronger, and for the wiser? It's not necessarily a question that I'm waiting for an answer for. It's letting me know that the trauma, oh my God, the Queen of Wands, the trauma is not meant to bring you down. I mean, I don't know about you, but do you see like how just by looking at her and what that is, I don't know what that is. What is that? It's like bones and barbed wire. It doesn't matter what she's just been through. She's standing and she's walking through it. I'm like shaking. So in Iris, it says, what stood out to me, you're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't want to go home right now. All I could taste is this moment. All I can breathe is your life, and sooner or later it's over. I just don't want to miss you tonight. This is you talking within your inner self. Or I said that backwards. Your inner self speaking to you in the present of where you are right now. When you can't fight the tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your lies, when everything feels like the movies, yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And that is true. Without the pain, without going through things that hurt us, how do we really know that we're alive? Why? Just because every day is a happy-go-lucky, like Mr. Blue Shirt type thing? No. And this is not easy for me to just say this because I've been there as well. And I'm sure there'll be other things in the future that are going to cause pain or trauma or stress upon me. That's part of life. It's the roller coaster of life. And then the King of Wands. You have the feminine energy and you have the masculine energy, which shows me that you are finding balance within these scars, within this trauma. And that's a good thing, because your balance is going to be you. How does he say it? I don't want the world to see me because I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. Look past the broken. Because, and no, depending on the situation, I'm not sitting here saying, my head goes to certain places, like people who have been victims of situations. I don't want to say too much, but I think you get where I'm going. That is not something you are ever going to forget. That is not something that you're ever going to get over. However, there are opportunities to overcome that in a sense of standing up, putting yourself in a situation where you can stand up for others, you can speak for others, you can put awareness out to it. That is your way of breaking that trauma over yourself. Speaking your truth. Letting it be known that that person who went through that is not the only one. That there are others. And that what they're going through and what they're feeling is genuine and logical for that situation. This is definitely... Ooh, it's like they're all over the place. There we go. Thank you. Needed some more. The Eight of Cups. You see my hand shaking? This message is very strong. And then at the very bottom, the Ace of Cups. Because that is exactly how it's going to play out for you. As long as you can, look at that, it lines up with the world. I'm going to have to show you this. I like showing you guys the lineup of how this plays out so you can see the story. So you can see how I come up with this. The broken are the more evolved. And the reason why people who go through traumatic situations are more evolved is because you were not asked. You were thrown into a situation that forced you to be in a certain mindset and now have that memory, that trauma, that scar on your mind throughout your present, in the now, everyday steps that you take. That is not for a weak person. I could tell you that right now. A weak-minded or weak-spirited person could never handle something like that, because those are the ones that go out and they judge others. Those are the ones that are quick and easy to point the finger at someone because they cannot go within and fix their own issues. So they blast it upon other people and they take it out on other people that they know can still walk with their head held high even though they have this trauma upon them. These are the ones, this message reaches out to the collective that goes out on a daily basis in the world, and you would never even know that this person had gone through half of what they went through. Why? Because they don't wear it. They may have scars, but you don't wear it out. You don't advertise it. You don't make it be the excuse or the reason why you treat people like crap or judge people, because I could tell you one thing for sure. Judgment is a very serious issue regardless of your religion. It doesn't matter what you follow and what you believe. Judgment is not meant for the humans to be doing. And this is why there's such a divide when it comes to the collective that are trying to make the world a better place, and then the collective that just seem like they're just not awake to what's really going on in the world. But you are. You are very much awake. You are very much attuned within yourself. You've done a lot of work, self-work on yourself for the last couple of years. It took a couple of things to kick you in the butt to say, okay, when are you going to learn? Well, we're going to repeat this because remember, everything is a cycle. So if you don't pass, in a sense, the test, you're going to repeat that cycle, maybe just with different people, maybe just in a different situation, but it's going to be the same exact lesson because the lesson has to be learned. You've learned quite a few lessons, clearly, through this phase. And it's for the better of you. As a collective for the world, it makes things better. Jeez Louise. But it... that got like thrown. Hold on. Sorry. Oh my goodness. That went like... one went all the way over there. Well, a couple went all the way over there, and a couple went all the way over there. This is why a lot of this world does not make sense to you. This is why you're the type of person that you don't want to be surrounded by people. You don't want to... what is going on? You don't want to really meet new people because you just have this gut feeling of like, I can't find someone who is collectively mentally the same as me, and they look at me as if I have my nose in the air, but it's just me holding my head up high. That's all it is. Where are we at? Where are we at here? Stillness. It's okay to be in the stillness right now. I know it feels like you got a lot going on. There's unresolved issues that need to be resolved, but take the time that you need. That doesn't mean sit on the couch and watch TV and just not, do anything. Yes, throw that in there, eat some snacks, whatever, floats your boat. But at some point within that stillness, connect to your spirit, connect to whoever it is that you follow to help guide you to the direction that you're trying to go, because they want to help you. They want to see you do good. They want to be able to see you overcome this. Retreat, like I just said. Just make sure that you are putting in the work that you need. And I'm talking the simple things of just, if you like to write, sit down and write. That alone is helping you connect within your self-care, because you're putting the time aside for yourself of what you enjoy doing that brings your heart joy. It's that simple, but we don't even see those things. Nurture, like I just said. Nurture yourself. It's okay to be allowed to do that. If you have to scream at the top of your lungs because of something that happened to you, do it. Do it. They want you to do this. They want you to release that connection you have with that trauma, because that trauma only suits you to help you evolve. It's not supposed to bring you down. It's not supposed to shy you away from the world. It's actually supposed to make you stand out in a good way. Community, like I just said, standing out in the world. You're supposed to. You could even advocate for others who have gone through the same thing. Don't be afraid to speak your truth and what you've been through. If there's certain things you don't want to say, that's perfectly fine. But remember, as a collective, I believe that when a lot of us who do these readings like this, if you notice, they start to sound very similar. Even if though you're listening to different people, it's because as a collective, this is what we are all going through as a collective. It's not necessarily individually. There might be individual situations for each person, but as a collective, this is a very powerful, if you can put in the self-work, the self-care, the self-love, and change your mind frame connection to that trauma, this will help you with this. Yeah, what did I just say? Detaching from the trauma. Took the words right out of my mouth, and look, Look what it's going to do for you. You are going to evolve from this. It's going to give you wisdom, much more wisdom than what you have. We are all supposed to embrace each other. It doesn't mean that you have to believe what that person believes. It doesn't mean that you can't have an opinion. But it also doesn't mean that just because somebody doesn't see it the same way that you do, that you're wrong or they're wrong. That is the point of community. That is the point of culture. It's supposed to work together to help bring a better understanding, a better living, a better mentality for everybody, for all, is what I'm hearing. And look at the bottom, psychic healing. Not only while you do this are you helping yourself, but if you're open and willing to be open, and honestly, that's not easy to do because you're going to have people that are going to come and attack you. You're going to have people that think that they're going to put their opinion on you in a sense of like, well, you're wrong. That's not an opinion. That's your point of view and how you perceive how I see things. But that does not mean that I am wrong or that you are wrong. We're all just living this journey of like on the hamster wheel of life, hoping we don't fall off. Nobody that walks this planet is entitled to throw and spew that kind of negativity, because all that is negativity. That's all that is. And I know for one thing, I was always so afraid to come out and share my gifts because of that. And then I got to a point in my life where I'm like, wait a minute, why am I hiding what is something that is so beautiful, so graceful, that was given to me as a gift ever since I was a little girl? Why should I hide what my higher powers gave me as a gift? I'm going to have haters. And I've already had people try to come at me for things, trying to claim things. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion, but don't come at me. And this is proof of it. Because the collective that's trying to do this, that's trying to make the world peace, love, and harmony again, this is for you. Because it's not just for yourself. As you're doing this for yourself, you're actually contributing to humanity by doing this as well. This is like generational things that you guys are breaking. And you know what's funny is the more you do it, the more you put into it, the more work you put into it, the higher that you hold your head and the more grounded you become, the more evil that comes out. But that makes sense. The evil doesn't want the good to succeed. So of course, there's always going to be something that's going to come in and try to steer you off your path. But you're stronger than that. And your trauma is what made you stronger. I want you to see the spread. So you see that. That is you. Feeling like you're lonely, but you're not. Because you have the collective right behind you. Feeling the same way. Being afraid to face the trauma. But you can, because you are the knight. You are going to change how your life is. And you're going to make the world a better place, including your own. And you're going to stand in that power. And then you're going to make sure that you rest. And that is you. This is such a beautiful message. I love you all. Don't ever hide who you are. Peace. Love you.